evening. This is BelGeode, and we are back with some more Prepared version 4.3. And tonight, I'm going to do a little bit of a journey around the islands of Hawaii. So this is kind of sort of a test for me, just to make sure that everything is functioning the way that I would like here in VR and P3D. But I'm also going to be taking a look at a beautiful photorealistic scenery project called the Hawaii Photorealistic Scenery. It is nothing short of amazing. And they just introduced the beta version of their autogen, so you may notice those trees shimmering on the hill there. The shimmering is due to the fact that I'm currently running dynamic trees, which is an option inside of Prepared. But suffice to say, what the autogen does is it actually fleshes out all of the islands by adding more trees and presumably also more buildings and so on. Now, the airport that I'm located at right now, this is Dillingham on the northwestern coast of Oahu. And this airport is actually provided to us by Orbx. It's part of the free FTX North American scenery package that adds tons of GA airports all over North America and obviously here in Hawaii. So for tonight, what we're going to be doing like a 3-part journey here. So this is part 1. We're going to be flying all the way to the Big Island and landing at Hilo International. But along the way, we're going to be stopping off at notable places such as Molokai and Lanai and Maui and so on and so forth. So I'm thinking for this first leg, we're going to make it all the way to Molokai, and then we'll kind of hang out there. And then for the second leg next week, we'll fly a little bit further and see how far we can get there. All right, but before we can do anything else, we've got to get this bird started. This is, of course, the lovely Iris Simulations T-6A Texan 2, and it is still one of my favorite FSX/P3D aircraft. It works perfectly in version 4.3. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get everything started up here. So let me get my little white dot. And we want the battery on. And I should probably take it off of pause first. There we go. Okay, I was wondering why I wasn't hearing any ambient noise. Alright, so the battery's on. Generator is on. And we're going to need PMU on. Now, with the fuel tanks, I always get into the habit of swinging to the right tank, the left tank, and then putting it in the center for both. It comes in handy, especially if you're flying other aircraft that don't have multiple tanks. It might be a problem if you don't have your tanks on. Alright, speaking of which, let's get our fuel boost pump on. And we'll also hit the engine cutoff, so that way it's cut on. We'll turn on our anti-collision lights. We already have the nav lights on. And we're going to want our avionics master switch on, so there we go. Everything's looking good there. Alright, we're just about ready to start, so we'll get our ignition on. And I'm going to shout, clear prop, close the canopy, and start the engine.
921. Contact Kaneohe departures on 125.0. Over to 125.0. 921. Bye-bye.
Alright, so we can hear some ATC action going on there. We do have AI planes flying around. They will not be a factor in our journey, I don't think. Alright, that was a little bit of a rough start there, but I think everything is okay. Yep, looks good. Okay. So we'll turn off our ignition and our starter. Turn off our boost pump. Turn on our bleed air, and of course our oxygen, as if my breathing into the microphone isn't bad enough. Now you get to hear this the entire time. Trim aid device, we want that on. We probably don't need to put the flaps down, but out of habit I'm going to make it take off flaps. Alright, and we'll set up our navigation. So our course is already in here, so we can zoom that out one notch, and I always like to put it on terrain. We'll zoom it out one more notch. There we go. Okay, and we're going to want to set up our HSI, so I'm going to click Map, and then Nav. There we go. We can also zoom that out 1 notch, so it's at a 5-mile radius. Should be fine there. The current altimeter's off. It looks like it's 79 feet. It should be 20. There we go. So our altimeter is 30.00. All of my caution and warning lights are extinguished. I will remind you, in this aircraft, this particular gauge here can be changed. When we hit on NACWS, it will actually give us a traffic radar, so that may come in handy. We'll turn that on once we take off. All right, everything on this side looks to be good. I'm gonna set our taxi lights on. Take a quick look outside, make sure there are no Orbx people that are gonna walk into my way. I don't see any that side. I do see a couple of walking people on that side, but that's all right. We're going to be taking off to the east because there's pretty much no wind, even though, as you can see, it's an overcast sky. Sky, of course, provided by Active Sky, Cloud Art, and Active Sky for P3D V4. So there's runway 8 right there. That's where we're going to go. Make sure that our engine's in the green. Yeah, hydraulic pressure's a little low, but that'll come up momentarily. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I think we are ready to go. So let's go to the outside view and we'll taxi our way to runway 8. All right, buddy, don't get in my way here. See, that's what I love about Orbx, the fact that they have those little animated people in there. And they've started to bring that into both X-Plane and Aerofly FS2, which I think is really cool. We need more animated people everywhere. So kudos to Orbx on that one. All right, you can see the gliders that this airport is famous for. Luckily, no one's needing a tow today, so we should be good to take off. All right, set our parking brakes on. We'll get our landing lights on. Everything else is pretty much good to go. All right, let's take the active and let's go, go, go. Parking brakes off. Quick look to the left, no traffic coming in. Look to the right, no traffic going out. All right. And one of the things that I like is the fact that the Orbx scenery meshes so seamlessly with the Hawaii photoreal project. It's like a match made in heaven. All right, I do believe this is where we need to be, so it's time for brakes down, throttles up. We're looking good, brakes off, and we're rolling. And we'll go to the outside view for liftoff. Okay, so my first order of business is going to be to get us up to altitude, but to do that I'm going to make a bit of a circuit here. So we're going to do a left-hand turn. We'll bring it around past the lighthouse and then we'll turn around back towards Dillingham, at which point in time we will engage our autopilot and see if we can get over this cloud deck here. I'm thinking we may need to take it up to about 8,000, between 8,000 and 11,000. Should be just fine. There you can see Dillingham along with a little village. And look at all those trees. Wow. Now I do have to admit I'm not much of a fan of the dynamic trees that Prepar3D has given us. They look okay, but the color kind of seems a little bit off. Had I turned off the dynamic trees, I would get the actual trees that come with the photoreal scenery. And those are actually supposed to be color matched, so they do look a lot better than what we're seeing right there. But I can live with it for the time being. When we get to our second leg, I'll go ahead and change things around a little bit, so that way you can see the more natural trees that Hawaii Photoreal intended you to see. Okay, now, the other order of business, since we are airborne, we're going to go ahead and get the radio on. And let's see, I actually have to look outside the bottom of the Oculus Rift because even though they said that version 4.3 is supposed to have pop-out windows in VR, I can't see them. Alright, so Honolulu approach. We want flight following. Honolulu approach, Navy 040, type Raytheon T-6, 2 miles west of Dillingham.
Navy 040, Honolulu approach, squawk 1477.
What was that? 1177?
Turn left and heading 250.
Oh, 1477.
904, turn right heading 315. Turn right heading 315. Coast Guard 12904.
Squawk 1477, Navy 040.
Navy 040, radar contact 4 miles west of Dillingham 4100, altimeter 3000.
Copy, Navy 040. Alright, so altimeter is set.
Turn left heading 250.
And we're going to make our left-hand turn here.
Hawaiian 223. Contact on Oahu approach at 125.0. Changing to 125.0.
Okay, so there we can see the lighthouse. Look at that. And there's a weather station there as well.
4 miles at 5,800. Report them at sight. Report 4. Contact on Oahu approach at 125.0.
It sounds like we may have traffic close by, so I'm going to switch it over to that.
Hawaiian 223 at 4,700, climbing altitude 120.
Man, that is beautiful. That is really beautiful. Alright, time to go through the clouds, so let's get some autopilot action going here. Our main autopilot switch is on. Get our nav switch on. And we're going to keep it at about 2,000, between 2,000 and 3,000 feet per minute to see if we can get over all this cloud deck. You can barely see the weather station down there. That's awesome. Matter of fact, let's take a quick look from the outside.
At 1,700, Coast Guard 12904. Coast Guard 12904, turn right heading 345. Turn right heading 345, Coast Guard 12904. Hawaiian 223, contact Honolulu, at 135.4. Coast Guard 12904, descend and maintain 3,400. Descend and maintain 3,400, Coast Guard 12904. Overview 135.4, Hawaiian 223, bye-bye.
There's an awful lot of traffic on this radio channel. So I'm going to try not to talk too much because I don't like being stepped on. But suffice to say, we are in the right direction. We just need to get over these clouds.
Turn right heading 020, Coast Guard 12904.
So we're at Angel 7 or 7,000 feet. And We're going to keep bringing her up to roughly about 9,000. We'll see where that sits.
Climb and maintain 4,700.
I'm not seeing the tops of these clouds just yet.
700. Coast Guard 12904.
I'm sure we'll get there soon enough.
Hawaiian 262, climbing through altitude 1,000 for altitude 5,000. Hawaiian 262, Honolulu, departure, roger, altimeter 3000.
I'm really glad for the updates that they put in version 4.3 because in version 4.2 these clouds were killer. Now everything is smooth as silk. And I really appreciate that. Alright, closing in on 9,000. Uh-oh, this is us.
Turn right, heading 110, resume mode navigation, climb and maintain altitude 5,000, Hawaiian 262.
Going to 149er decimal 9er, or excuse me, 119er decimal 9er, Navy 040. Honolulu Center, Navy 040 with you.
Navy 040, Honolulu Control, roger, altimeter 3000.
Alright. Okay, so we're at 10,000 now. I'm thinking we can take it up to about 11. That should be good. Look at those beautiful clouds, though. That's active sky. I know some people swear by regs, but I am a believer in active sky cloud art. That's just awesome. Alright, time to pay attention to my instruments here. Okay, we're almost there. There it is, 11,000. Okay, we'll level off. Hands off throttle and stick.
040, contact Honolulu approach on 118.8.
Oh, really? 118.3, Navy 040. Watch, they're probably going to put me on the same thing. Honolulu approach, Navy 040 with you, altitude 11,000.
Navy 040, Honolulu approach, roger, altimeter 3000.
Alright, good deal. Now, of course, the only downside is, since we're above the clouds...
Contact Honolulu, control
Seriously?
135.4.
Going to 135.4, Navy 040. Thank you. Hold that thought. Honolulu approach, Navy 040 with you.
Contact Honolulu, control at 127.6. Navy 040, Honolulu approach, roger, altimeter 3000.
Alright, sounds good. Now leave me alone for a second.
127.6, Hawaiian 262.
Sheesh.
Navy 040, contact Honolulu, control at 135.4.
Are you kidding me? 135.4 for Navy 040. Bye-bye. I swear, these guys need to make up their minds. Kaneohe approach, Navy 040 with you, altitude 11,000.
040, AOA approach, roger, altimeter 2999.
Oh. Barometric pressure changed. Alright, so as I was saying, yeah, unfortunately, because of these gorgeous active sky clouds, we can't see the island of Oahu. Oh, wait, nope. Spoke too soon. There we go. I think I see Pearl Harbor over there somewhere. Looking good, looking good. Close our window. Wow. Okay, so this might not have been the best idea to come here on a cloudy day, but I do have real weather going, and I'm a sucker for flying during real weather. But already you can see there are a lot of trees down there and a lot of buildings.
Navy 040, contact Honolulu control on 127.6.
You don't say. 127.6 for Navy 040. Oi, I swear, these people. Honolulu Control, Navy 040 with you.
Navy 040, Honolulu Control, roger. Altimeter 2998.
Oh wow, barometric pressure's dropping. Okay, well I'm fine with that.
Hawaiian 263, descending 15,300 to altitude 8,000. Hawaiian 263, Honolulu Control, roger. Altimeter 3002. 344, contact Honolulu Control on 124.1. Hawaiian 262, contact Honolulu Control
Okay.
on 124.1.
It looks like we're just about coming over Kaneohe Bay, so we're going to be taking a right, which means I am going to go to the outside view.
Over to 124.134 goodbye.
Okay, so if you look off in that direction to the east, you will see the island of Molokai. And then just to the right of Molokai is Lanai, so that's going to be our stop after we make it to Molokai. I'm trying to keep these videos roughly around 30 minutes in length, so when I did my test flight earlier, I was able to calculate exactly about 30 minutes from the time I started up to the time I actually had wheels down in Molokai. So that is going to be our stop for today. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see much more of Oahu, but that's okay. Alright, we're closing in on our next waypoint. Okay. 125.0, Navy 040. I don't know why they're having me contact Kaneohe. They're just going to change me over again. Honolulu Center, Navy 040 with you.
Honolulu Control, roger. Altimeter 2997.
See what I tell you. Alright, we're just going to stay here. I probably should have gone up to 12,000. Then I would be past the border of ATC. You know, certain altitudes or certain ATC's responsibilities. And it looks like we are right around that Class C or Class B airspace. Alright, let's say goodbye, folks, to the beautiful island of Oahu, obscured by the clouds. And say hello to Molokai.
16,400 for altitude 10,000. Hawaiian 335, Honolulu Control, roger. Altimeter 2999.
Alright, let's see how much distance we've got to hit Molokai. About 29 nautical miles. Okay, when we get to about 15, I'll go ahead and bring us down from 11,000 feet. And we'll prepare to contact Molokai and get our vectors in. So far, we haven't run into too much traffic, so this is pretty good, considering how active the ATC channel is. And honestly, folks, that's one of the things that I have to say I still love about FSX and P3D is the fact that the ATC is still the most fully fleshed out flight simulator ATC in existence. X-Plane's ATC is still crap, we all know it. It's going to be a while until they get it fixed, although they are on the right path from what I hear. And of course, Airfly FS2 has no ATC whatsoever. So yeah, if you want ATC, this is it. Either that or get online with VATSIM, Iveo, or Pilot Edge. All the same, I can live with this, especially now that I have the capability to fly around in P3D in VR. this is the missing link. For all those years that I've been flying FSX, this is the one thing that I really wanted to experience. And I'm so glad that it's all finally come together in version 4.3. So yeah, if you've been a long-time viewer of my channel, you know I've always never really been a fan of Lockheed Martin and Prepared. Well, this right here is what makes me a believer. You got the light of the sun shining in and everything just feels and looks realistic. Add that together with the photoreal scenery that we're showing off tonight. It's just outstanding. I love it. Alright, let's check our distance here. 20 miles.
335. Contact Honolulu approach on 118.3.
Alright, so 15 is the magic number. Once we get to 15 miles, we'll go ahead and start descending. And this is like the perfect aircraft to use in this thing as well. I could just as easily have used the Tomcat, but honestly, and this may sound like an odd complaint, the Tomcat is just simply too fast for this. I love being able to cruise at a whopping 240 knots.
Contact Honolulu control on 124.1.
Okay. 124.1 for Navy 040. Honolulu Center, Navy 040 with you.
Navy 040, Honolulu control, roger. Altimeter 2997.
2997. Okay, so our altimeter is dropping here. Alright, we're at 14 nautical miles, so we're going to pull the throttle back. Lose a little bit of airspeed. Turn off our altitude hold and let the nose sink naturally. And since we are about 13 miles away, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pop the radio back open. And we're looking for nearest airport list, and we want Molokai. We're going to get the weather for Molokai really quick.
Molokai Airport information, Lima 02380, wind 030 at 14, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions, few clouds and altitude 3000, temperature 31, 2.22, altimeter 2997, visual, runway 5, landing and departing runway 5. The FR aircraft say direction of flight, all aircraft read back home short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact have Lima.
Alright, we have Lima. Okay, so let's tell them we want to land. Molokai Tower, Navy 040, 14 miles west
Navy
with
040,
Lima.
Molokai Tower, continue, runway 5, altimeter 2997.
Continue in, runway 5, Navy 040. Alright. So our altimeter is set. We're coming down at a pretty brisk pace. And there you can see the beautiful island of Molokai. If I ever get the money and the time, I would love to visit this island. Come to think of it, I'd love to visit all of the Hawaiian Islands. But this one in particular has always struck me as one of the key ones to visit. This is in Maui. Alright, we are coming in a little too fast, so let me go ahead and pop open the speed brakes. Which is, of course, going to cause us to dip down. Now, you can barely see the airport off in the distance. It is directly ahead. I'm going to put it so that the AOA indexer is right below where the airport is, so that'll kind of give you an idea as to where we're going. Alright, 5,000. We're going to bring it down to roughly about 3,000. We'll go from there. Now, runway 5 goes off in that direction, so we're going to need to swing out a little to the right and then make our turn to the left. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go around this hill directly in front of me here. Alright, for now, let's go to the outside view. We'll bring up our speed brakes, we'll drop our gear and our flaps. landing lights are on. Everything's good to go. You can see the runway up ahead, so I'm going to turn off our nav hold. We're going to swing out to the right over these trees. And I should probably trim us up a little bit here. There we go. That way we can hold about 100 knots on the way in. Alright, so we're expecting the call any moment now, so we'll kind of swing around this hill. Get ourselves in position. Got a little bit of turbulence here. They did say the breeze was kind of coming in somewhat swift, but I think we can handle it. Let's drop our throttle a little bit here. Try to keep the donut on.
Navy 040, cleared to land, runway 5.
Excellent. Just what I was waiting for. Clear to land, runway 5, Navy 040. Thank you. Alright, let's make it happen, folks. So just to remind you, this will be the end of the first leg. Our second leg will take us from here to that island over there, Lanai. And then from there, we're going to go to Maui. Once we arrive at Maui, that'll be the end of the second leg. And then our third leg will be from Maui to the big island of Hawaii. So I hope so far you're enjoying the scenery and the clouds and the smoothness of VR. My wobbling head notwithstanding. That's the only downside to being in VR. There's not much I can do about my head movements because I naturally want to move my head. If you were in the cockpit, you would be doing the same exact thing, but it doesn't translate very well to video, and I am aware of that. Like I said, not much I can do about it. Alright, but strap yourselves in, folks. We're a little high on the glide slope, but we're going to bring her in anyway. Let's line up for final. Looking good. Let's take a quick look from the outside. Okay, apparently the breeze has blown us off course. So let's see if we can correct for that. That's the unfortunate side effect of being in the outside view. But hey, look at that. We're back on target. And we are going to go back to the outside view to bring her home. Okay, so a little bit of a bounce there. Not too bad. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kick the brakes on here. Alright, so it looks like we got some commuter planes here. Looks like a wagon. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, I do believe that this airport is also one of the Orbx airports. You can tell by the grass. Alright, so now that we're down, we'll get our flaps up. And we'll turn off our landing lights. And we'll taxi off the runway. And look at those birds.
Navy 040, contact ground on 121.9.
Over to 121.9 for Navy 040. Hey, look, there's a lady waiting. Nice. Alright, I'm going to tune ground, but I'm not going to talk to them just yet. That is too cool. Look at that. That is what I love. Granted, they're not animated, but they still look cool nonetheless. So we got some more ladies waiting here. Fancy. Alright, this I believe is our parking spot. And there's the shadow of the birds again. Okay, so let's just spin ourselves around. And we're going to park ourselves right here. Alright, parking brake on. And that will do it for our first leg of our brief Hawaiian tour. So next time around, we'll take off from here. We'll head down to the Lanai, and then we'll head over to Maui. And then for our third leg, we will head to the big island of Hawaii. So just to remind you, what you've been seeing is the Hawaii Photoreal Scenery Project, which the link to it is below. Be sure to check out what they have, and if you happen to have some extra bucks, definitely get their Plus package. So beautiful. And of course, this has been combined with Orbx, FTX, and A North American airports, which is also freeware. As you can see, it meshes seamlessly, so I definitely recommend that. And I've been flying the freeware Iris T-6A Texan 2. Still one of my favorite aircraft in FSX and P3D. Alright, but that'll do it for now, so thank you as always for watching. This has been BelGeode. I have been flying in Prepared version 4.3, and I will be back with the second leg. So, if you enjoy what you've seen, please feel free to give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more, and we'll be back next week for part 2 of our Hawaiian trek. Thank you so much, folks. Ciao!